Wigan this afternoon here at Headingley. Without doubt the biggest test that Wigan have faced this season. If Wigan win this afternoon here at Headingley, they'll go 6 points clear at the top of the Championship table, and Leeds of course lying next to top. A great opportunity for them to peg back some points before Christmas. Let's look at the two lineups then. The good news is, back for Wigan in the starting lineup this afternoon, Kelvin Skerrett along with Jason Robinson. Frano Botica also back for the Riversiders, but he is on the substitutes bench. The complete team for Wigan to start with: Aitchison at fullback, Robinson along with Martin Offiah on the wings, Gary Connolly and Via Twiglamala in the centres. Henry Paul links up once again with Sean Edwards in the front row. Kelvin Skerrett and Neil Cowie, Martin Hall in at hooker. A chance for Wigan youngster Simon Horton in the second row because Mick Cassidy is still out injured with a broken finger. Dennis Betts joins Horton in the second row. Andy Farrell as well at loose forward. On the bench, Botica, first appearance for a couple of months, and Terry O'Connor, of course, as we prepare to start the action here at Headingley. And it's Andy Farrell who drills the ball low. Team news for Leeds, not good news for them. George Mann has failed a last-minute fitness test. His place goes to Esney Faimilo. They have Tate at fullback, Fallon, Kevin Iro, former Wigan star, of course, Craig Innes, Francis Cummings, Gary Schofield, Graham Holroyd, Harvey Howard and James Lowes. Mercer, Ayres and Ellery Hanley make up the back three. On the bench, Patrick Ensar, the Frenchman, along with Neil Harmon. We're just into the action here at Headingley, and Leeds in possession, approaching the halfway line. And what a big game and what a big test it's going to be this for the Riversiders. A massive crowd here at Headingley, and a high bomb to test Paul Aitchison. Didn't catch it first time, allowed it to bounce over his shoulder, and tries to just drive the ball clear from the danger area. Wigan in possession with Jason Robinson. Scored 4 times against Leeds, his hometown club. Robinson lacks to score here at Headingley. Andy Farrell, early touch of the ball, and the opening 20 minutes or so could prove vital, as could the last 20 minutes. There's Henry Paul. Expectations high from him this afternoon. He's been in good form in recent weeks, and Wigan already up to the halfway line, looking to take the ball forward at every single opportunity. We're up to the last tackle, signalled by the referee, Stuart Cummings from Widnes. And it's Edwards now who drills the ball down the line. That's a good kick for distance from Edwards, placed between the winger and the fullback, picked up by Alan Tate, drives forward, Connolly's there, so too is Betts. He's got help from Neil Cowie, and I think Leeds will have a penalty for a rather over-robust challenge. Neil Cowie was there. I don't think he was the only offending Wigan player, to be fair. But Stuart Cummings, the referee, on top of the situation. First penalty of the game goes the way of the Loiners. It's a big game, of course, for Leeds this afternoon. They've got to come up with the goods. They can't really allow Wigan to go 6 points clear at the top of the Championship table before Christmas. And Leeds will be going flat out this afternoon to try and peg back this advantage that Wigan have at the moment. And also, of course, they'll be going to try and steer clear from the chasing pack, who are also chasing Wigan at the top of the table. As well as that, they're looking for revenge, of course. Beaten at Central Park earlier this season in a Friday night game. Leeds were very disappointing, although the game didn't really go Wigan's way until late in the second half. That was a cracker as well. Let's hope this is the same. Here come Wigan again. Drive the ball forward. Kelvin Skerrett always seems to save his best performances for when he's back in his native Yorkshire. And there's Cowie, driving down the right centre channel at the moment. Good tackling though from the Leeds team. Martin Hall been in fine form this season, earned a lot of praise from the Wigan coach Graham West. And Sean Edwards quickly on his feet, plays the ball again. Martin Hall, dummy half. Leeds on defence at the moment. Here comes Andy Farrell, swings it out to Henry Paul. Henry Paul looks for support, turns, slips, and he's tackled by his opposite number, Gary Schofield. Martin Hall again, out to that right-hand side. Via Twiglamala, thought about the kick. Just makes it to the edge of the 25-yard line. Hall again, spins it out wide. Edwards looking to just dab it forward. That's good play from Edwards, and well picked up as well by Alan Tate. Leeds in possession. Will try and bring the ball clear up to the 25-yard line. Kevin Iro, former Wigan star, or once a Wigan star. And again, Neil Cowie gives away a penalty. No love lost in the early stages. Neil Cowie picked out again for a bit of a lecture by the referee. Sean Edwards says that's twice in 2 minutes. The referee says, I'll handle it. Well, he's fired up, isn't he, for this one, obviously. Throwing a punch in the tackle, the clear signal for the referees, and Cummings. And here come Leeds again. Estify Milo. James Lowes, the hooker, spins it wide. Schofield has support. The players running from deep. There's Iro, missed by Edwards. Leeds have a chance on that left-hand side. Tremendous cover tackle, though, came from Henry Paul, but he stayed down injured after that collision. And there goes Iro, heading for the corner. Good tackle, Jason Robinson. Assistance as well from Veertwig-Lamala, but Leeds, in the early stages, beginning to apply pressure to the Wigan defence. The chip kick comes through right into the arms of Martin Hall. Caught it like a goalkeeper. Well, that was a bit of bad luck. More bad luck, it looks like, on the far side of the field, because Henry Paul hasn't got up since Leeds mounted the attack down that left-hand side. But good positional play from Martin Hall, who caught the ball cleanly, and the referee is bringing play back to give Leeds a penalty. So an opportunity for Leeds to put early points on the board, and certainly it's surely going to be an opportunity which won't be missed. Holroyd, the kicker, right in front, shouldn't be a problem. Just 5 minutes gone. No problem. Not many people cheering behind the post, did you notice, because that's where the Wigan fans are packed, and it looks as though Henry Paul, I think, is going to stay on the field after receiving treatment, and Gary Schofield as well, they're just having treatment, so the two standoff halves with early problems, but no problems for Holroyd. 2 points to nil, Leeds in front, 5 minutes on the clock. Wigan, if they're to win, will have to come from behind. A lot of speculation as well during the day, on the last couple of days in fact, that Wigan could be named as the BBC Team of the Year. The sports review in London is due to take place this evening, and the Wigan players and all the squad and backroom staff have been asked to jet down to London immediately after this game. Here comes Ellery Hanley, he's jet-heeled as well, drives the ball forward, tackled by Henry Paul and Sean Edwards. Hanley plays it quickly. Good moments these for Leeds, breaking clear of a broken field. Again, it's Leeds taking the game to Wigan, moving the ball very quickly from the dummy half position with the prop forward on that occasion, Harvey Howard. There goes Rich Yer, former Widnes player. Tackled by Simon Horton, a Wigan youngster. Good spell, though, this for Leeds at the moment. Boosted by that early penalty from Graham Holroyd. Kick downfield, shouldn't be a problem for Aitchison. Bounces nicely. Oh, what a dreadful... I was going to say it was going to set up nicely for him, and I just wonder if that's a touch of nerves creeping into the situation, because that was an elementary error from Aitchison, who's been a good performer for Wigan so far this season, certainly not prone to mistakes of that nature. And now pressure on Wigan, because Leeds have head and ball from the scrum, fed by Cummings. Move quickly across the line, the scrum breaks up, here comes Schofield, looks for the return, gets it as well. There's danger here for Wigan. Tate will surely score on the left-hand side. It's a try for Leeds in that far corner. No problems at all whatsoever. Good ball thrown out by Alan Tate. And the try scorer, Francis Cummings, in the far corner. And Leeds are off to a flyer. Just 8 minutes gone, and that was super play. But as soon as the ball came out of the back of the scrum, Leeds looked to be likely scorers, didn't they? Alan Tate got it absolutely right, drew the cover, gave his winger a very simple opportunity, which he took in the corner. Well, the Leeds fans in the background enjoying that, there's no doubt. £6 to nil. Be an almighty cheer if this goes over from the touchline. Oh, and it has done. Superb conversion, which came in from Holroyd. So Leeds, what a start. 8 points to 0. And we're going to have to do it the hard way, if they're going to do it at all. And the restart comes in now from Andy Farrell. Not 10 minutes gone at Headingley. And Leeds will be delighted with that score. And here they come again. Certainly boosted by the scoreline of 8 points to 0. And they're moving the ball pretty quickly. Skerrett comes in. Cowie is there again, so too is Henry Paul. Skerrett not happy. Edwards just gets up, speaks to the referee. Leeds in possession, drive the ball away, or attempted to drive the ball away from the danger area. And moving the ball very quickly. It's been a pretty impressive start this by the Loiners, and they're on the charge again. Super break down that centre channel from Kevin Iro, and he's still going. And Wigan are struggling to cover this. The ball out again. There's an opportunity for another score for Leeds, and I think they're going to score. He cuts inside. He's just tackled on the far side. Great recovery tackle by Jason Robinson, but Wigan stretched now defensively. Schofield slings it out wide. Wigan are struggling to get back. The ball comes out, and there's surely an opportunity. He's hauled down, Holroyd just a couple of yards short, and Wigan are rocking, already trailing 8-0. There's Hanley, and there's a mistake from Schofield, took his eye off the ball, and that was crucial. Wigan back in possession, and a golden opportunity goes begging there for Leeds. And now Wigan have a penalty. Big smile from Kelvin Skerrett, and I think Wigan will be pretty happy just to calm things down and try and just take stock of the situation at the start of this game, because Leeds, an electrifying start from the Headingley team. But Wigan, as we've seen so often in the past, are quite capable of coming from behind and usually come strong in the final quarter of matches. Here's Martin Hall, slings it out wide. Horton looking for a gap. Great tackling from Leeds. Super tackling. It's been a determined start to the game from the Loiners. Hall, good work. Andy Farrell drives it forward, doesn't make a lot of progress. Tackled by Ellery Hanley, difference of opinion, and that will be a penalty. Ellery Hanley not happy. Leeds have a penalty, Wigan have a penalty rather. And Farrell will choose to put the ball into touch. Packed crowd here at Headingley. And Wigan now forcing Leeds to do some defensive work for probably the first time in the game. Martin Hall to Edwards, spins it out wide. Henry Paul towards Via Twiglamala, holds the ball as if it was a baby, and he's still going, cuts inside. Good run from Via Twiglamala, gets a pass out as well for Aitchison, and he'll be out to make up for that earlier error and gets a good ball out as well. Horton drives to the line. Wigan looking dangerous now as play switches to the Leeds end of the field. Here's Martin Hall. Edwards looking for a gap. Short pass inside. Great opportunity. Cowie will score. That's a lovely short pass from Edwards. And Wigan reply and respond immediately to the try from Leeds. Lovely ball thrown out from Sean Edwards. Neil Cowie has certainly had an interesting start to the game. 2 penalties conceded by him in the early part of the action, but then getting it absolutely right to take the short pass from Sean Edwards. And Wigan are right back in it, just 13 minutes on the clock. And Leeds were struggling defensively to combat the threat of that attack, which came very, very quickly. And Andy Farrell has an opportunity to peg the Leeds advantage back to just 2 points with this conversion. It looks a formality. As you can see behind the sticks, Headingley's packed for this one. The ball just topples off the mound of sound, but Farrell will take his time, I'm sure, realising the importance of it. Comes round the ball, left footer, shouldn't be a problem, but we have seen them missed in the past. And it comes pretty low, and he's missed it. Well, that really is a terrible mistake. Leeds still have a 4 points advantage. It's certainly been a very good start to the game. And Leeds fans will be delighted to see Andy Farrell make a complete hash of the conversion attempt. And there's a man who didn't make a hash of it. Holroyd has already kicked a beauty off the touchline, got Leeds off the mark with a penalty. And here he is now to restart the action, and an indication of the real blustery conditions you can see there at Headingley. Problems keeping the ball still, but no problems for Leeds. They've got an 8 points to 4 advantage. Gary Connolly, not seen a lot of him so far in the game. Simon Horton, the Wigan youngster. Some strength on the bench as well from both these two teams. Patrick Entard, Neil Harmon on the bench for Leeds, and Bottiker hasn't played for a couple of months, of course, after surgery. And Terry O'Connor is the forward sub for Wigan. Here comes a forward for Wigan now. Dennis Betts slipped on the turf. It's in great condition as well, Headingley today. Last tackle signalled by the referee. Edwards pots up the bomb. Tate should be favourite for this one. Superb copybook fullback play, tackled I think by Henry Paul. Henry Paul thinks still recovering perhaps from that early knock he took, but Leeds in possession. 4 tackles left for them to clear the danger area. They haven't had a problem doing that so far in the game. Here comes Mercer, can't quite get beyond the challenge when it came in from Andy Farrell. And 3 Wigan players doing the tackling there at the moment. Simon Horton, Skerrett, and the other prop forward Neil Carey. Here comes Hanley. Desperate to come out of today's game with a victory, Hanley, against his former club, and I think the referee signalling the last tackle. Expect the bomb. And there it is. It's a long, deep kick. Now Aitchison, well, he's not going to be required on that particular occasion. Martin Hall. Skerrett. Straight into Mercer. Martin Hall, again from acting halfback. Dennis Betts takes it up with great tackling from Leeds. The tackling, especially from Leeds, has been a real feature in the opening 17 minutes or so. That's Farrell. Edwards again thought about the kick, decided to run it. Last tackle signalled by the referee, Stuart Cummings. Here we see a bomb. It's Martin Hall. It's not really a bomb, it's just turned forward. Again, an indication of the swirling wind around Headingley. And it's too deep, so Leeds back in possession. And 6 tackles to set up an attack. Fallon. First part of the action, I think, so far for Jim Fallon. And a strong, determined burst. Was tackled by Cowie. Cowie looked at the referee as well, but after being in trouble in the early stages. Oh, that's a bad mistake. Wigan back in possession, but credit the tackle. I think it came in from Andy Farrell. A crunching challenge, but a mistake and an error from the Loiners. Here comes Martin Hall. Martin Hall spins it out. Robinson. Always seems to come up with a good performance. Could well be on his way down under, of course. He was sent to Australia at the end of this season, as are quite a few of the Wigan players, and some of them, as we already know, aren't coming back. Here's Edwards. Again, it's Dennis Betts, links up superbly, attacks that right centre channel. Good defensive work from Leeds, and it needed to be as well, because Wigan have a good field position. Here's Aitchison. Aitchison spins it out wide. Sean Edwards picks out Henry Paul. Henry Paul to another Kiwi, Beatrice Lamala. And oh, beautiful dummy, and he's in! Beatrice Lamala, a super score from the Kiwi. He threw the dummy, and the Leeds players fell for it. It left a massive gap, inviting Beatrice Lamala to go into it, and that's exactly what he did. And Wigan are back level. It's the equalising score, the second try. Beatrice Lamala has levelled it up at 8 points apiece. And that really was a classy try from a player who just appears to be getting better and better in his time at Central Park. 8 points all, and Andy Farrell will be looking to do a lot better with this conversion than he did with the last one. And Leeds will be very disappointing after getting off to an electrifying start. Getting that first try, of course, through Francis Cummings, but Wigan hitting back. In fact, since Leeds got that try, it's been all Wigan. And here is Farrell, left-footed, and that's again across the face of the posts. So all the Wigan points coming from 2 tries. Carey and Via Twiglamala, both well-worked ones, especially the last one, Via Twiglamala. Lovely dummy thrown out. I think he had Gary Connolly and Martin Afire in support. Didn't need them in the end. Spotted the gap. I think one, if possibly not 2 Leeds players, both took the dummy. But Leeds stretched defensively. They won't be pleased with that. And they won't be too pleased with letting this 8-point advantage be taken from them. Restart kick comes again. It's deep. Off the shins of Henry Paul. It's amazing, isn't it? A few moments ago he looked injured, got injured in the early stages when Wigan were trailing 8-0. He looked to have a bad injury. Now it's 8 apiece. But I've got some sympathy there for Martin Hall, because surely Harvey Howard was interfering at the play of the ball. Martin Hall couldn't pick the ball up cleanly, and I have to say I think the referee's got it absolutely wrong there. Kelvin Skerritt smiles, probably looking forward to the scrum. In he goes. Leeds in possession. Attack the blind side. Good work there from Martin Afire, and good work as well from Sean Edwards, who's fired up for this one. But he's missed the tackle on Fallon, comes back second time of asking, but Fallon's got the ball out. Here comes Ellery Hanley, draws 3 players, throws it out to Schofield. Look at the gap. The ball didn't come though. Ira was looking for the delivery. That's a penalty to Leeds, and it's kickable. Hanley says we'll have the 2 points, sir. As long as, of course, that Graham Holroyd can oblige. 2 from 2, so he's in confident mood. The touch judge is on. Not quite sure why. I think he wants to make sure that the Wigan players are far enough back from the kicker. Wigan unhappy, I think, with the original decision from the referee to award a scrum, and I have some sympathy for them. But Leeds won't worry about that, because if Holroyd can bang over the penalty, it will just nose them back in front at 10 points to 8. In it comes now. Another left-footed kicker, and it's 100%. 3 from 3 for Graham Holroyd, and Leeds back in front. That's Holroyd with his 3rd goal, so a try in 3 goals for the Loiners. And Wigan have find themselves once again trailing, but just 2 points in it. I'm surprised we haven't had an introduction of substitutes. We're getting to the time perhaps we could see a couple of subs. Here's Ellery Hanley, tackled by Edwards, assisted by Henry Paul. Leeds in possession, just on the edge of their own 25-yard line, as you can see. They're trying to drive the ball away from that area as quickly as possible. Well, it's certainly lived up to expectations so far, this game. Fairly even as well, one would suggest. Here comes Richie Ayres. Schofield with the kick. Well, he had plenty of time to think about it, and that's not a bad kick unless it will carry over, and it will. And that, I think, is a conditions, as we've seen on 3 or 4 occasions from both teams. The kicking is going to need to be really accurate to pay off. Martin Afire nailed with just making a couple of yards progress. And now Wigan have a penalty. Ellery Hanley, second time he's conceded a penalty. Edwards bangs it over the touchline very quickly indeed. Wigan want to get on with it. And here they come again with Martin Hall. And now it's Henry Paul. And Wigan already up to the halfway line. Was it a marker? No, there wasn't, said the referee. That's smart work from Henry Paul. A super 20, 30-yard dash there from Henry Paul. No marker at the play the ball. And Wigan again exposed poor Leeds play. Here's Farrell. And to take a flying dive over a Leeds player who was on the floor. I think it was Esni Milo. Robinson. And this is a good field position for the Riversiders. Short pass to Dennis Best, steps inside, there's danger here, Best drives for the line. Good tackle in the end, Tate is there, so too is Milo, but Wigan looking dangerous. And now it's Beatrice Lamala held up, that's the last tackle. And I don't think Graham West, the coach, will be entirely pleased with the way Wigan tried to drive from the line there. Not a lot of inventiveness. Fallon. Still a good position for Wigan. Leeds pinned in their own 25-yard line, but they're moving the ball quickly, taking a couple of opportunities, a couple of gambles perhaps. And here they come again. It's with the centre. Craig Innes had a fairly quiet introduction to the game so far, but all that changes now because he's got a penalty. Sean Edwards not happy. And all of a sudden, as I said, that Craig Innes had a quiet introduction, he's woken up by that strong challenge. And the referee is picking out, I think it's Kelvin Skerritt. Well, no surprise there, is there really, I suppose? And he's protesting his innocence. I didn't mean it's And what's happening now? Is he calling on the touch judge? Well, I think he's speaking to everybody. Fallon comes over for a lecture. Neil Cowie again. Third time he's been lectured in the game. 26 minutes gone. Penalty to Leeds when it's all sorted out. I don't think there's much doubt about that. Schofield the taker. Milo. Skerritt there again, helped by Horton. Here come Leeds, Schofield. That's Innes. Here come the Loiners again. Good movements as well. Excellent play from Leeds. That was Harvey Howard who made the break. Here comes Ellery Hanley, the play coach, leading or attempting to lead by example. Hanley quickly up, plays it quickly, just stares at Skerritt. Good ball thrown out. Iro stretches out to the tackle, chance perhaps in the corner, great opportunity, Fallon's in. And Leeds have got the second try, Jim Fallon. And good movement, super play from Kevin Iro, set up initially by the player coach Ellery Hanley. A Wigan player down injured, and I think it's Henry Paul. And Jim Fallon has scored a try for the Loiners in the corner. It certainly needed scoring. He barged his way over in the end, but super play from Kevin Iro, although Wigan, when they see that one again, won't be entirely happy, I think, with the tackling. Iro should have been stopped and he wasn't. Wigan will be determined to peg this disadvantage back before the interval. Hanley again takes it up, certainly leading by example. Oh, they all want to play now for Leeds, and we're going to stretch. This is a super break by James Lowes. Here comes Tate into the action, links up superbly. Still going forward, Alan Tate, can't get the final pass out, but Wigan again stretched defensively, and Leeds are boiling at the moment. Again the attack that left-hand side. Good tackle. That was Beatrice Lamala on Mercer. Here comes Hanley. Always looking to get the pass out, looking for the position of the other players on the field. Plays it quickly. Rich Ayres. Tackle by Martin Hall. Here's James Lowe. Spreads it out wide from actually half-back. Drop goal from Schofield. And it's wide. Worth an effort. Would have just eased perhaps a little bit of pressure on Leeds. 14-8 the scoreline. Here's Robinson. Hall. Got the ball out. Again goes to take up the dummy half position. And we're going to attack the blind side. Suspicion of a forward pass. Certainly a lot of people in the south stand thought so. Here comes Martin Hall again. Involved from the dummy half position. Head down. Tackled by 2 Leeds players. But he's made progress now inside the Leeds half of the field. Edwards. Cowie. Last tackle signalled by the referee. Edwards this time with the bomb. A tester for Tate. But he's up to it. Confident catch by the Leeds fullback. Fallon. Just brushed off the challenge of Horton. And this is a good spell for Leeds. I think they can sense that Wigan might be rocking just a touch. Rich Years. Schofield. Got the short pass inside and went for the return but couldn't quite get it. Botica has been introduced for Wigan. Not quite sure who's gone off. I'm assuming it's Henry Paul because he's had a couple of problems with injuries. In fact, it's not Henry Paul because he's just taken the ball superbly. The high bomb, and look at him go now. Still making progress, Henry Paul. Should have been tackled and wasn't. Harvey Howard missed him, Schofield didn't. Offside, presumably. Certainly Wigan will have a penalty. Or was it for interference at the play of the ball? Whatever, penalty to Wigan. Paul Aitchison is the player who's gone off for Wigan. Well, I didn't notice an injury. He did make that error earlier on in the game. So Botica on, back in first team action for the first time in around about 2 months. I just wonder, no A-team games. Wonder if that is a big gamble by Westy. We'll find out, won't we, over the next hour or so. Here comes Dennis Betts, and Wigan again have set up a good field position right in the centre of the field. 7 minutes to go to half-time, and here is Botica. Well, he doesn't look injured, does he? There's Beatrice Lamala. Had support from Martin Afire, couldn't get the ball out. Here's Afire, turns it back inside. Botica again, involved in the game. And Wigan now pressing just a couple of yards from the Leeds try line. Martin Hall distributes it wide to Edwards, looks for the short pass, he throws it long. Surely a chance here now for Wigan. Henry Paul to Afire. Afire, can he get the ball back? Yes, Wigan are in, and it's Robinson again against Leeds. Super try. The Wigan players not happy with the final challenge on Robinson. It could have been Ellery Hanley, but no doubt about the try scorer. And again, Wigan exposing some fairly weak Leeds cover on that far side of the field. And Jason Robinson, I think that's the 5th time he's scored against Leeds. And he loves to do it. And that was a well-worked try. And Frano Botica immediately involved a couple of times in that attack. The ball switched from left to right. Wigan probing for gaps and found one in the end with Jason Robinson crashing over. 14-12, the conversion to come. It's been a cracking opening 35 minutes. Well, he spent a lot of time talking to players, the referee, in the opening. We're practically on half-time, actually, I think. Thereabouts. A couple of minutes to go, but quite a bit of extra time, one suspects, to be added on by Mr. Cummings. The ball trapped soccer style by Frano Botica. Well, came in for the treatment there, didn't he? 3 Leeds players who wanted to get in very quickly. Here's Cowie. Martin Hall knocked on. The referee said, well, I think the touch judge saw it. The referee certainly didn't. Another Wigan substitute on, that's Terry O'Connor. That's a scrum down. The correct decision, a mistake from Martin Hall. I'm pretty sure we've got a sub on us for Leeds as well. Their forward substitute, Neil Harmon, on. Terry O'Connor on. So both Wigan substitutes on the field at the moment. And we've certainly got one Leeds substitute, Neil Harmon. And Martin Hall knocked on. Harvey Howard is the man who's gone off for Leeds. As you can see, the sub packing down immediately. In the blindside position is Neil Harmon. Schofield to Ellery Hanley. Tackled, tripped, call it what you will. He stopped, and now Leeds have a penalty because he tried to get up and play it quickly and saw his ankles tapped again. And these penalties being conceded by Wigan in the final analysis could be crucial, and somebody's going to the sin bin. It's Frano Botica. Has he gone to the sin bin? He has. So Botica has had an interesting return to first team action. Instrumental in the build-up to the try scored by Robinson. Largely responsible for it with some slick work. And now finds himself in the sin bin even. So Wigan will play at the remainder of this half without Botica. Down to 12 men in the early part of the second half. 14 points to 12. And we've got a change of kicker, I think. This is Francis Cummings. And of course, Holroyd has been kicking previously. And that's what he's got to do to give Leeds a 4-point advantage. It looks easy enough. And again, as we saw with Botica, problems now for Francis Cummings. And again, and surely the referee's got to ask somebody to put the finger on the ball, because it's happened once too often, I think. And there's Schofield. Comes to the rescue. Right-footed this time from Cummings, and right between the sticks as well. So Leeds in front at 16 points to 12. Francis Cummings got a try, of course, the first try of the game. So 6 points for him in the game. He's now just kicked a penalty from right in front. And it looks as though Wigan will trail at the halfway stage. We're already a minute into time added on at the end of the first half. And quite a bit of it still to come, one suspects. And again, there's a problem. Leeds will get the possession back with Gary Schofield. Turns the ball and takes a tackle. Faimilo got his chance, of course, because of that injury to George Mann. Harmon. James Lowes, Ellery Hanley. Very, very influential player. Ran past a couple of Wigan players originally. Left at Simon Horton with the responsibility to finally bring his run to a halt. The kick is deep, too deep in fact. Gary Connolly, of course, gone to fullback because Aitchison has gone off. It looks as though Henry Paul has gone into the centre for Frano Botica. In the sin bin now, of course, when he came on, went to stand off half. Wigan down to 12 men, and here's one of the 12, Jason Robinson. Good run forward from him. Remember, Wigan will be playing the early part of the second half with 12 men also. Botica in the sin bin. Good ball and a lovely run from Farrell. Not a lot of support. But Wigan finishing this first half with a flourish. Edwards spins it out wide. Here comes Henry Paul, looking for a gap. Good tackling from Leeds, but he still gets the ball out. Connolly has Via Twiglamala in support, gives it to Martin Afire. He might have done better to go on the outside. Keeps the ball alive though. Good play from Wigan. There's Simon Horton. But Wigan then lost ground and lost the momentum of the move. And lost the opportunity to score just before half-time. Nonetheless, a great opening 40 minutes. Leeds will be delighted. Remember, they're in the lead in the early part of the game, 8 points to 0. Wigan then coming storming back, but at the halfway stage it's Leeds in front, just 4 points in it though. Leeds 16, Wigan 12. So Wigan, of course, will have to begin the second half with just 12 men. Frano Botica in the sin bin. Leeds ahead, just 4 points in it. And it's anything like the first 40 minutes, we'll be in for a cracking game. Wigan in possession immediately on the far side of the field.
Okay, come on, go!
Hall again involved. Simon Horton. Schofield and Hanley doing the tackling for the Loiners. Carried in well to control the ball. Martin Hall makes a few valuable yards from the acting half-back position. I think we're up to the last tackle signalled by the referee. Edwards will kick for distance and position. Shouldn't be too much of a problem for Tate, or seems to take his time while we're coming to collect the ball. The Leeds in possession now for the first time in the second half. Iro again went past Edwards comfortably. Mercer. Gary Mercer bounces off one tackle, gets a good ball in as well. Iro held in a double challenge, Martin Offiah and Neil Cowie. Holroyd spins it out wide to Schofield. Good handling from Leeds and good link-up play as well, and the ball's been spilled. That's a knock-on. Good tackle. In the end, difference of opinion. Jason Robinson. I think it's Craig Innes. And all that after the whistle had gone, because it was a knock-on by Leeds. And Wigan have head and ball. Sean Edwards to feed the scrum. Just on the halfway line. And one suspects that the first team to score in this second half, it could be absolutely crucial. 16-12 in favour of Leeds. Went nowhere near the scrum, but that's par for the course, isn't it, nowadays? Robinson held back. Wigan now moving the ball towards Via Twiglamala. That was Henry Paul's pass taken by Via Twiglamala. Connolly. Wigan looking to step up a pace right at the start of this second half. Edwards. Oh, he thought he'd spotted a gap, but good cover from Leeds. Schofield was there. Here's Martin Hall again, turns it back to Simon Horton, the Wigan youngster. Just tackled by the ankles. Edwards again, out to Betts. Betts trying to get into his stride and can't get the pass out. Last tackle signalled by the referee, Stuart Cummings. Watch out for Edwards again with a cross kick perhaps. It's the bomb, it's up into the air, it's a tester for Tate. Where is he? Here he comes, allows it to bounce. Right decision in the end, but the bounce favoured Tate and Leeds. James Lowes. Fallon. Got a try in the first half and took his chance well. No progress made on that occasion for Fallon. Again, Lowes involved. Good tackling from Wigan. The two number 11s, that was. Dennis Betts and Gary Mercer. Schofield. Good link-up play again from Leeds. Tate's made a break down the left centre channel. He's got support as well on the left-hand side. Brilliant handling from Leeds. There's an opportunity. Oh, it's going to be a score. And that's a marvellous try for the Loiners. Brilliant try for Leeds. Francis Cummings, I think, the scorer. And that was a spectacular score. A Wigan player down injured. I think it's Robinson. Well, that really was a brilliant try. Super handling, great link-up play from Alan Tate. The ball slipping through a couple of pair of hands. Craig Innes involved. Francis Cummings the scorer. And Leeds, as they were in the first half, off to another flyer right at the start of the second half. With the conversion to come from right in front, Wigan are in danger of losing the first game of the season. They're going for a record, remember. Widnes have the record. Wigan have equalled it with the last win in the league at Central Park. 13 straight wins at the start of the season. Today they'll break the record providing they win, but Francis Cummings with that super touchdown, finishing it off brilliantly, and the conversion as well, tagged on by Holroyd, and Wigan are in deep trouble. 22 points to 12. Still down to 12 men. I haven't noticed the reintroduction of Franel Botica, and we did say that could be crucial. But give Leeds credit for a spectacular score right at the start of the second half. Just one defeat so far for Wigan this season. It came against the Turin Australians at Central Park. But Leeds have got the bit between their teeth, but a mistake from Ellery Hanley. Well, how about that? Is that pressure? Is it nerves? He certainly took his eye off the ball. An uncharacteristic error from Hanley. Wigan back in possession. Well, they hit back superbly in the first half when Leeds roared into an 8-point advantage. Can they do the same again? Down to 12 men, I think, still. Can't see any sign of Botica yet back on. Here's Edwards. And it's going to need something special now from Wigan. And Henry Paul tackled immediately by Gary Schofield. And Schofield again doing the tackling. And that's offside. So Wigan, will they kick for goal? Or will they try and pile on the pressure? Here comes Botica. And he's going to kick for goal. 22 points to 12 at the moment. And this kick could be crucial. Well, what a Christmas present this could be for Leeds if they can prevent Wigan going 6 points clear at the top of the table. But still a long way to go. Well, this kick could help Wigan. Botica back on, his first game for a couple of months. Now can he peg Wigan back? Can he peg Leeds back rather? And he can. 22 points to 14. I think we could be set for a classic second half encounter. 8 points the difference in the scoreline. Wigan back in possession. A touch lucky. Can Franel Botica inspire Wigan to resurrect another comeback as he did when he came on and introduced in the first half? He certainly sparked and helped to kick-start Wigan into action. Here's Henry Paul and Andy Farrell rather. There's Martin Afire. Gets the ball to Martin Hall. The two Martins combining nicely there for Wigan. And certainly Wigan giving the ball plenty of air, looking for space. There's Dennis Betts. Here comes Martin Hall again. Edwards inside, looks for some support, spins round, tackled by Hanley. Mistake from Botica. And the players in this game, normally reliable, are making errors. Got a Leeds player just out of shot receiving treatment. O'Connor will pack down with Cowie and Martin Hall. Skerritt off, of course. It looks like it's Gary Mercer being helped off the field. Leeds in possession. Schofield thought he'd gone without the ball. Seemed to trip over the centre circle mound of sand. Good spell again from Leeds. That's Harvey Howard. James Lowes to Mercer. So it wasn't Mercer. Farrell on the ground. He's out of the game temporarily. And Leeds giving the ball plenty of air. Kevin Iroh has support from Craig Innes, and they've created perhaps an overlap. There goes Cummings again. Lovely handling from Leeds. There goes Iroh. Strong burst from him. Makes it to the edge of the 25-yard line. Wigan, the line under threat again. Here's James Lowes. Ellery Hanley looking for gaps. Is he going to spin it wide? He sold with outrageous dummy. Still control the football. It takes 3 Wigan players to prevent the progress of Ellery Hanley. He plays the ball quickly. Danger here for Wigan. Schofield will go for the drop goal, and he'll kick the drop goal. Gary Schofield, 23 points to 14. And of course, the other big advantage with dropping a goal is that Leeds will get the ball back from the restart if everything goes according to plan. It was Richie Ayres, I've just been told, the player who left the field for Leeds, not Gary Mercer. And Wigan back now to a full complement of 13 players. Little grubber kick style for the restart kick. Mercer again. Had a top game for Leeds this afternoon, Gary Mercer. In fact, I don't think you can find a poor performer. And look at this, Leeds on the charge again. Brilliant run, super play from Tate. Tackled in the end by Edwards. What a brilliant marauding run that was. And here come Leeds. They're really rampant at the moment. We're going to stretch on the right-hand side of the field, and they're in touch, and that's a bad error. Give credit to the Wigan cover. Betts got across, so too did Farrell. Martin Offiah was there as well. But Richie Ayres in touch. Not a good mistake. Not the best piece of play we've seen, because Wigan appeared to be stretched there. Leeds lost their head in the attack. Edwards, Farrell. (23-14) the scoreline. Martin Offiah. Well, if ever Wigan needed some inspiration from Martin Offiah, today's the day. And will that be a penalty? Surely he's got to be offside. I don't know what the argument could possibly be. James Lowes is offside. It's simple. Connolly doesn't get a lot of distance on the kick, but Wigan have possession with Martin Hall. Takes the tap quickly. Terry O'Connor charges forward, straight into Ellery Hanley. Assisted by Richie Ayres. Wigan need a score desperately. Edwards. The ball turned back inside to Farrell. The tackling from Leeds is very good at the moment. Bodica. Connolly links up. Gets the ball back to Frano Bodica. Tries to get into his stride. Jinking, twisting run from Bodica. Again held all to Leeds tacklers. Mercer and Howard. Hall spins it. Goes from Edwards to Cowie. And another good field position set up here by the Riversiders. Here goes Martin Hall darting forward, turns it back to Edwards. Chance for Wigan, out to this right-hand side. Henry Paul sees the light white and is held a couple of yards short. Last tackle signalled by the referee. Robinson, and Wigan in. And he's on his back, he's scored. Wigan are in. I think the referee has given a try. Good ball thrown out from Robinson. Who got it? It was Martin Hall, I think, who was under an absolute pile of players. Just look at the Leeds players. How did he get that down? But he did. And that's just what the doctor ordered for Wigan. It's close enough, surely, to the post as well for Bodica to add on the... Bodica, I think, will tag on the extras from the conversion. And here he is. Well, what a game it's been. There's no question about that. It was billed as the game of the season. It certainly lived up to expectations, and so did Botica. Oh, he's missed it! Well, he dragged it wide. The touch judges looked at each other, and that is a terrible miss from Botica. I can't remember the last time he missed a kick as simple. And that's two very easy conversions which Wigan have missed now, two easy goal kicks. One in the first half from Farrell, and that one there from Frano Botica. And if those had been kicked, it would have been just a 1 point advantage for Leeds. As it is, it's 5-23-18. Wigan back in possession. They're certainly going to do it the hard way if they're going to do it at all. Don't forget, Wigan going for a rugby league record. They're heading, or trying to get 14 straight wins at the start of the season. Haven't lost in the league so far. Here comes O'Connor. A big game wanted. Can he supply it? Right into Farrell, and Fallon rather. Edwards. Link-up play is good, but look at the movement of the Leeds players. They're moving up very, very quickly. That's excellent play from Dougie Lawton's team. Robinson goes it along from dummy half. Last tackle signalled by the referee. Edwards puts it over the top of the defence. Shouldn't be a problem for Tate. Swallowed his up and sets off on a run. Going round two players. Halted in the end. Fine tackle by Botica. But here come Leeds as play switches from one end of this field to the other. That's a bad mistake from Craig Innes. Puts his hands on his head. He dropped the ball. He'd better be careful. He might let his head slip through his hands. Wigan head and ball. Edwards. And every time I see a scrum in rugby league nowadays, I can't believe why we even bother with them. Good approach play, good ball thrown out. Dennis Betts will score. That's a super try for Wigan. Betts roars into a massive gap. Set piece move. Gary Connolly with a brilliant pass, and that completely bamboozled the Leeds defence. Look at the delight on Dennis Betts' face. That was a classic try from Wigan. The set piece move had Leeds clutching at straws and looking for players. That was a superb score from Dennis Betts. And can Botica do better with this conversion? Dennis Betts, with surely one of the tries of the season. Well, right Wigan off at your peril. Never do that. Magnificent score. 23-22 at the moment, I think. And he's kicked that one. No mistake there, Botica. What a game, and what an atmosphere there is now at Headingley. Wigan are back in front in the most dramatic style you could imagine. In case you've lost count, it's 24-23 now in favour of Wigan, and that is quite a remarkable turnaround, because at one stage, remember, Leeds led 22 points to 12, and Wigan back in possession. And this, so far, has been a championship performance from Wigan. If they do win today, they'll be 6 points clear at the top of the table, and we haven't even got to Christmas. And this is a test now of the Leeds character. I think that's the first time that Leeds have been behind in the game, and it is. And here come Wigan again with Martin Hall. One or two gaps, and Hall's beginning to appear in the Lorners defence. Harvey Howard with a strong tackle on Martin Hall. Wigan have a penalty. Edwards moves up quickly. Gary Connolly says, take your time. Does Botica want to crack at goal? I think that's what Connolly was saying. And the answer is no. Cowie, midway through the second half. It couldn't possibly be tighter. We couldn't have had a better game. O'Connor made some impact, Terry O'Connor, since his introduction as a substitute. He's crashed forward at every opportunity. Martin Hall, another top performer. Edwards, switch of play, Betts again into the gap. Good tackling from Leeds. Connolly links up, Connolly sets off. Again, 3 Leeds players required to halt Connolly's progress. Hall spins it out wide. Edwards just manages to control it. Here comes Martin Afire running across. Martin Afire still going, has to check back. Tackled in the end, but Wigan still looking dangerous. We're up to the last tackle, 8 yards from the Leeds try line. Edwards, will we see a cross kick? It's missed out one player. Henry Paul chip kick. Leeds back in possession. It didn't come off, and that's a relief to Leeds. Good play, James Lowes. Here's Hanley to Mercer. What an absolutely absorbing contest this afternoon at Headingley. Iro. Wigan have his measure, at least for the time being. Not a good ball, but well taken by Innes. Got support. Cummings comes inside. Good work from the Leeds winger. And splendid tackle which came in from Cowie. Harvey Howard strides forward in a positive fashion for Leeds. Last tackle, the dig over the top. There's Henry Paul, and Henry Paul takes it and sets off on a run. He's still going, just caught by his bootlaces by Kevin Iro. Here comes a fire to Cowie. The big men are queuing up for Wigan. What a game it's been, and still 1 point in it. Wigan have another penalty. Smile from Cowie. Super touch finder from Wigan, and Leeds now face another severe test of their defensive formation rather. And the big men link up. There's Farrell. Tremendous burst from Andy Farrell. Martin Hall organising, prompting. Here it comes again. Betts. Was that a forward pass? Certainly the crowd thought so. The referee said no. And still problems now for Leeds, because still 3 tackles to go for Wigan. Here comes Botica. Botica inside to Veer Twiglamala, heading for the line, and he's just lost his footing when the try looked to be a formality. Here's Martin Hall, spins it out wide again. Dick to Wall, he's missed it, and oh my goodness, what a let-off that was. Cummings miskicked. Robinson tried to pounce on the error and just failed. Drop out from under the post is the decision of the referee. So presumably a Leeds player got a touch on the ball in the end. Wigan will get the ball back, or should do. This is a good spell for Wigan. They're in front for the first time in the game. The dropout comes from Holroyd. Trap soccer style by Robinson, picks it up. Did he knock on? No, said the referee. Robinson cuts in field. Still going Jason Robinson. He's got support. Look at the gap. Great run and superb stride forward from Robinson. Horton, you can see the confidence in this Wigan team now coming roaring back into the players. This has been a top performance from Wigan. Martin Hall, Edwards, thought about the pass. I think he should have given it Botica. Played with the percentages in the end. Good ball out from Betts. The short pass inside to O'Connor. Held up in a 3-man Leeds tackle. Milo there, Farrell as well as James Lowes. Here's Edwards, spun out wide, and wider still to Botica. Botica turned back inside. Cowie, can he get the pass out? Good defensive work from Leeds. Last tackle, and here comes Edwards. Edwards, short pass, Betts to Beatrice Lamala. That's a forward pass, it won't count. Afire not happy. But it was an obvious forward pass. Knock on, call it what you will. Leeds in possession, but still 10 yards from their own try line. Trying to move the ball away from the danger area. There goes Tate. And Leeds haven't had the ball very often in the last 10 minutes. It's been a great spell of Wigan pressure, but give Leeds credit for holding out. Without doubt the game of the season this afternoon at Headingley. Tate to Hanley. Now can Hanley inspire Leeds? If anyone can, he can. Lowes, the kick. I thought it was coming from Schofield, and that was a forward pass. Well, the referee didn't spot it, and here come Leeds again. Oh, and they're still going. Can they get the ball inside? Brilliant burst, and it's super play from Leeds. I thought it was a forward pass, but maybe not. Wigan stopped momentarily, and Leeds, I think, have a penalty. Henry Paul has been penalised for holding down in the tackle, and I think he's gone to the sin bin as well. Well, we've got more players in the sin bin and on the field shortly. And this kick from Holroyd could just edge Leeds back in front at 25-24. It isn't easy, it's on the angle. As the darkness is now covering Headingley. Well, many a great game has been played on this ground in recent seasons, never mind in past seasons, but have many been better than this one? I don't think so. Holroyd. If he kicks it, Leeds will be back in front. We'll tell by the cheers. Got the distance, but not the accuracy, and it hasn't gone dead. Good play from Wigan, but they're forced to drop out in any case. So a let-off there, you have to say, for Wigan. The kick was missed, and a real test now for the Wigan team, because Leeds will get the ball back from the dropout. Andy Farrell will surely look for distance. And all of a sudden, the pendulum perhaps swings slightly in favour of Leeds. 13 minutes left. And look at the distance that Farrell got on the kick. I said he'd be looking for distance. I didn't think he'd kick it that far. Here comes Hanley into Martin Offiah. Good tackling, Wigan. Hanley wants to play it quickly. That should have been a penalty to Leeds, but play on, said the referee. Fallon. Still going, Fallon. James Lowes, another top performer for Leeds this afternoon. And now Leeds are looking dangerous. Play midway in the halfway line and the 25-yard line. Harvey Howard tries forward, can't get the ball out. Schofield wanted it, didn't get it. Here comes James Lowes, tosses the ball up to Faimilo. Faimilo, top performer, and a great move there. Last tackle signalled by the referee. Tate in the acting half-back position. Here comes Schofield, a drop goal attempt. It didn't look good, and it wasn't good. Well, he's kicked one and missed two, I think, now, Gary Schofield. That's drop goals, but well worth the try in the last tackle, surely. Here's Connolly for Wigan, tackled by Ellery Hanley, amongst others. Bodiker, good ball out, expertly taken by Farrell. Brilliant tackle though on Farrell. Martin Offiah tries to run with the ball from acting half-back and gets away with it as well. Oh, Offiah into space. There could be a score here. Is Offiah going to score? Oh, he's going to score. He's in the corner. Yes, he is! That could wrap it up for Wigan. And Martin Offiah special has surely broken a rugby league record. Can Leeds come back from that? They allowed Martin Offiah to run from dummy half, and they suffered the consequences. Super score from Martin Offiah, and Wigan now, just when they needed it most, stretch away to lead 28-23 with the conversion to come. Farrell drives it up to the halfway line. We're inside the final 10 minutes here at Headingley. 28-23 the score, 5 points the difference. The grubber kick comes in from Edwards. That's a superbly judged kick from Sean Edwards. It forces Leeds back. Although they will, of course, get head and ball. This has been a top performance from Wigan, make no mistake about it. Here come Leeds, can they win it at the death? Difference of opinion between Veer Twiglamala and Gary Mercer. Well, it's all sorted out. It's a penalty to Leeds. Ellery Hanley, the player coach, what type of emotion he must have gone through this afternoon, seeing good performance from his team and an even better one from Wigan. But a try and a goal could still give Leeds victory. 28-23, and Leeds in possession with Schofield on the halfway line. Holroyd, there goes Iro with a superb run. There's a try possibly here. Yes, there is there? Oh, what a tackle with a ball to Hanley. Leeds have scored. A magnificent score from Leeds. Ellery Hanley, the former Wigan player, has got in underneath the post. Wigan are devastated. Leeds will surely now go back in front. It's all on the kick, and it should be a formality. Hanley, brilliant support play from the loose forward. But Kevin Iro did the damage. Split the Wigan cover. And Hanley helps himself to a try. What a spectacular game. And Holroyd can give Leeds a 1-point advantage here if he kicks the goal, as he surely will. 29-28. All on in the final 7 or 8 minutes. Well, surely he's not going to miss this, is he? What a spectacular game. And Wigan were devastated when Hanley went in for the try. Set up brilliantly by that break by Kevin Iro. Holroyd. It looks easy, it looks the formality, but the pressure's on, no problem. Holroyd has kicked it, Leeds are back in front. Wigan are in a hurry to restart the game. There's Shaun Edwards. And that's gone dead. And that's a bad mistake, because Wigan will get the ball. In fact, it's a terrible mistake from Leeds, isn't it, really? Total lack of concentration. Will this dramatic game have a final twist to it? We'll find out. Here comes a drop kick from Holroyd. He's just had a kick to put Leeds in front, and now he's forced to drop out from underneath his own sticks. Trapped by Andy Farrell. Picks it up. 5 tackles to go. Farrell edges closer to the 25-yard line. Picked up brilliantly by Veer Twiglamala. Heading for the line. Good tackling from Leeds. And what a dramatic finale we're set for here at Headingley. Martin Hall spins it out to Kelvin Skerritt. Just been reintroduced into the action. And it could be a crucial 5 minutes nearly from Skerritt. Martin Hall edges closer to the try line. You can see the distance he's got to go. And still 2 or 3 tackles for Wigan. They're piling up on the far side. It's not a good ball from Edwards. Picked up by Connolly, who slips. And Wigan have lost 20 yards with that move. And it's a move which didn't come off for the Riversiders. Here comes Skerritt, charges forward. Can't see the referee, not sure if it's the last tackle or not. Here comes Edwards. The little drop goal, and it's wide. Leeds, importantly, will get possession from this. 1 point in it, that would have levelled it, so it's well worth an attempt. And what a twist we've seen to this tale this afternoon. Great test of Leeds' character to come back after Martin Offiah had put Leeds in front at 28 points to 23. And what a game. No quarter asked, none given. The irresistible force coming up against the immovable object. There's Milo. James Lowes leads in possession. We've got 3 minutes plus stoppage time left at Headingley. Will Wigan be defeated for the first time this season? Lowes again. To Hanley. Held back by the collar by Connolly. And Wigan certainly don't want to give any penalties away now. Last tackle signalled by the referee. Schofield. Good kick from Gary Schofield for distance. And it's forced Wigan back. And it hasn't gone into over touch. Henry Paul, a bit of basketball there from the Kiwi. He had to take the gamble. He didn't want the scrum. Here's a fire. Just lobs it fairly casually to Frano Botica. And Leeds are moving up very, very quickly. They'll be desperately keen to keep Wigan now pinned in their own 25-yard area. Cowie can't get clear. Just 1 point in it, remember. Robinson sets off and tackled by Hanley. Martin Hall from acting halfback. Was that obstruction? Last tackle signalled by the referee, and Wigan with a touch lucky there not to concede the penalty for obstruction. Here's Edwards, and here come Wigan. Well, it's the last tackle, and the ball is going to be the changeover. Leeds have it in any case with James Lowes. Simon Horton caught in possession. The countdown has started. We've got under 2 minutes left, plus stoppage time. Iro, the man who's done a lot of damage to Wigan this afternoon, former Wigan player, has saved a top performance against some of his former colleagues and leads in possession with Richie Ayres. Tate. Another determined dash from the Leeds fullback, sets up a Loyalers attack down the centre of the field. James Lowes thought about the kick. The kick comes now. Wigan need possession desperately. Lowes has got it. Wigan are in trouble. Leeds will clinch it in the corner with Cullen. And Leeds will surely win it at the death. Ellery Hanley salutes the crowd. The chip over the top from James Lowes wasn't collected cleanly by Henry Paul. And Leeds will win a dramatic game surely now. We're in the final minute. And Leeds ahead by 33 points to 28. Fallon, with his second score of the afternoon, will leave Wigan absolutely devastated. They've played their part in a magnificent spectacle of rugby league. But on the day, it's Leeds who collect the points and inflict the first defeat of the season on the Riversiders. What a dramatic end to the game. With a conversion to come, it could get even worse for Wigan. 33-28 at the moment. And what a cheer there'll be if this one goes over. Holroyd it is. Doesn't look bad. It's wide though. Well, surely with that 5-point advantage, that will be it. And indeed, it is it. Wigan lose for the first time this season. Leeds peg them back. 2 points. An incalculable use to Leeds. They're absolutely delighted. They're celebrating tonight in Headingley. So Wigan don't break the rugby league record. It stands at 13 straight league victories at the start of the season. Wigan lose for the first time this season, but what a game, what a spectacle. Rugby league, the real winner, and Leeds have won it. Final score at Headingley, Leeds 33, Wigan 28.